Matthew chapter 4. Then Jesus was led up by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. After he had fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. And when the tempter approached him, he said, "If you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become bread." But Jesus answered, "It is written, man must not live by bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God." Then the devil took him to the holy city, and had him stand at the pinnacle of the temple, and he said to him, "You are the Son of God, throw yourself down, for it is written, He will give His angels orders concerning you, and they will support you with their hands, and you so that you will not strike your foot against the stones." Jesus told him, "It is also written, do not test the Lord your God." Again the devil took him to a very high mountain, and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their splendor. And he said to him, "I will give you all these things, if you will fall down and worship me." And Jesus told him, "Go away, Satan, for it is written, worship the Lord your God and serve him only." Then the devil left him, and immediately angels came and began to serve him. When he heard that John had been arrested, he withdrew into Galilee. He left Nazareth behind, and went to live in Capernaum by the sea, in the region of Zebulun and Naphtali. This was to fulfill what was spoken through the prophet Isaiah. "Land of Zebulun and land of Naphtali, along the sea road beyond the Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles. The people who live in darkness and have seen a great light. And for those living in the shadowland of death, light has dawned." For when Jesus began to preach, "Repent, because the kingdom of heaven has come near," as he was walking along the sea of Galilee, he saw two brothers, Simon, who was called Peter, and his brother Andrew. They were casting a net into the sea, since they were fishermen. "Follow me," he told them, "and I will make you fisher for people." Immediately they left their nets and followed him. Going on from there, he saw two other brothers, James, the son of Zebedee, and his brother John. They were in a boat, and the Zebedee their father was mending their nets, and he called to them. Immediately they left the boat and their father, and followed him. Owning a boat meant you were pretty rich in Israel. So James and John had it pretty set being a fisherman, and they gave it up to follow Jesus. Jesus was going all over Galilee, teaching in their synagogues, preaching the good news of the kingdom, and healing every disease and sickness amongst the people. Then the news about him spread throughout Syria. So they brought to him all those who were afflicted, those suffering from various diseases and intense pains, the demon-possessed, the epileptics, and the paralytics, and he healed them. Large crowds followed him from Galilee, Decapolis, Jerusalem, Judea, and beyond the Jordan. One of the things we talked about earlier was that when the devil tempted Jesus, all of it was a real temptation. So when the devil said, "Worship me and I'll give you all of this," it could have meant commit sins, be willing to compromise, and do a little bit of bad. And I'll make you the military king of all of the humanity. You know you can. If Jesus was willing to give up and cross the line, he could have ruled the entire world as a military, earthly king, especially with his power. So it was an actual temptation. Jesus wanted, as a person, to be a king that everyone expected him to be. But he had to choose to be the spiritual king that we needed. Us as Gentiles, me as a Gentile. I'm not Israelite. I'm glad he picked me as spiritual king.